up?
Guys,
Welcome back,
how,
Rowan.
thank you. It's good to be back.
How was your week? Did you miss
Uh,
us?
I missed you guys. I was thinking the whole time, what am I going to do when I get back to move the needle on Plow.co and turn it into a $1 billion company? That's what I was thinking the whole time.
Did you figure out the plan?
That's just as far as I got, I'm afraid. How are you guys?
Good. Yeah, I'm good. I just arrived at the airport, waiting for Sam to pick me up.
Yeah,
I
whole
love
last
it. I
weekend I
love
was
it.
at a kendo seminar, so it was a little easier than I was expecting this time, but had a whole weekend of sword fighting.
Sword fighting? Wait, you do sword fighting?
Yeah, Japanese sword fighting, kendo.
Oh, really? Do you have a video?
I don't know if I have a canonical video, but I can send some along. Probably we'll sometimes record during practice, so I probably have myself somewhere
Uh,
in there.
I see. I'm
Amazing.
looking out for kendo. So do you what is the term? Is it called fight? Do you fight using those Japanese outfits with the mask and stuff?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Is it a what is this sword? What does this sword looks like?
So the sword is a bamboo sword. It's four slats, and you wear armor. So it's meant to be like a samurai sword, but it's for the samurai to practice like actual swings without holding back. So it's actually flexible, and you can hit each other. Whereas if you practice with a samurai sword, well, you're going to cut each other, and so practice doesn't last very long
You
otherwise.
can
So
you can practice once a day, once
what's a
once a
life
time. Yeah, once a life with each
unless you're
opponent.
good?
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. And how did you get into kendo?
I just wanted something really as a workout when I was starting to study computer sciences. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be at a computer all day. I went, watched a demo. I'm like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I went to a practice. I'm like, oh my God, this is the hardest thing I've ever done. Practice is really rigorous. It's kind of like boot camp. So I've taken breaks here and there, but I've been doing it for a bit. Last 10 years has been pretty solid.
Wow.
Wow,
So
man.
is there like elos or like levels?
Mhm.
What is yours?
So I'm basically like what's called third dan, which is kind of like a third degree black belt. The sensei
Wow.
level is like fourth in the US. So I'm like kind of one below sensei, but I'm like,
Seems huge.
Okay, this is incredible. Things that we didn't know. So, first of all, welcome back to all our viewers. Thanks for joining us today. We're filling in each other on our martial arts capabilities. Apparently, things we didn't know that we didn't know about each other. So, Jonathan, that
Yeah.
is very cool, man. Now, offline from that conversation, which we should probably dedicate a whole daily yield to, what I understand that Sam, because I'm also in contact with him, is about 5 minutes away from picking you up, Daniel.
Oh
He
well.
just mentioned that, so maybe you should start walking, um,
Yeah.
and just to summarize. So I'm here because I'm now a full-time employee. Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be part of the team. Thank you. Uh, it sounds like since I've been away, Daniel always got his camera. He's taking footage. He's documenting this for posterity. Um, since I've been away, it seems like you've decided to head to the Bay Area, Daniel, to join the team locally and be with the team for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So when we were working at REN, I think we would do this local, like everyone from the team will fly to, will be there in a Airbnb and work together for I think every 3 months or something. And I think since we started Plow, we didn't do that. It was about time um do that again, and then I just I think everyone was vacationing the end of the previous month, and now I think people are back. So we're gonna do this month. I and I tend to say like a whole month, so it's flexible enough. So I'm pretty sure you can find some dates on your calendar between today
Come.
and next month.
Okay. I'm very excited to do that, guys. Obviously, I have to run it up the flagpole of the command in the family, but yeah, I will be there with bells on. That is amazing. What's funny, and I'll share with you guys, is I've been editing our what I call the wobble mini. Oh,
Hey, guys.
hello.
What's up?
What's up, guys?
Can you hear us?
Y'all. Yeah.
Oh my.
Where are you?
Wow.
The phone. What are you guys talking about?
Kendall.
Daniel, we're at the airport. We've been waiting for you. Where are you?
Where are you? I can see
At
you.
the airport. Where are you?
I'm at the airport as well. Where are you? What color is your
We
car?
are. What terminal are you?
2 drop-off area. So this is the national 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
T3 drop-off area. Arrivals terminal 3. Door 2.
Great. 2 or 3?
Terminal 3. Door 2.
Door 2. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. We're coming around.
This is an amazing show of teamwork here. I love this.
We all feel bad that we mixed up Daniel's flight, so now we all wanted to pick him up.
Wow.
Oh, so that was the message Lucas shared. He said, we're all on our way. I didn't know that means everyone was at the car.
Come.
Yeah. Not everyone. Rowan and Jonathan, you know.
Yeah. Even Bennett? Wow.
Yeah.
Even Bennett.
Yeah.
What about Molly?
Wow.
No, not Molly. Save you from Molly. Well, what's the agenda for today? For the daily yield?
So the first thing I would like to know, did any of you know that Jonathan is a candle expert, like black belt stuff, like 10 years experience?
Wow.
Oh.
I don't know what is kendo. I've never even heard of that.
It is Japanese fencing, so it's the way that the samurai would use to practice
Oh,
against each other.
wow. That's pretty cool. So you know how to fence.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So,
We need
yeah,
we
don't-
need like a kendo offsite or something.
Right.
I was just
So-
at one this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wow.
We're approaching Terminal 3.
Excellent. Well, I'll just share that we were going to obviously just share a little bit about Daniel arriving and me coming on finally full time, and we managed to cover that. But we did get a little bit sidetracked by the fact that apparently Jonathan is one belt down from a sensei in kendo. We had to kind of
Oh my
cover that.
gosh.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, 10-year veteran.
Wait, so
Um,
Jonathan, we got to call you sensei once you get that belt. That would be
the
so
respectful
cool.
thing to do.
Oh man, I think we should talk about how we're wandering in the wilderness now that we're all together, and we have no idea what to build.
Guys, I
Okay.
was panicking. I was panicking so hard this morning when I didn't find anyone on Gather, anyone on Slack. Okay. And then I found out you were picking Daniel up from the airport, and I was like, "Is Sam driving Uber now? Like, what's happening?"
Great. You know, I checked Slack a couple times during my weeks off, and I was like, it's really quiet. Like,
No
what's
worries.
going on here?
Me neither.
What?
Bennett.
Which way? This one? Hey, Mary. Hey, Bennett. Hey, Lucas. Oh, so you are the car.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, we're in.
I love how
Can you hear
the
us?
car has it. We're calling that the car. That's great.
Yeah.
Daniel, I think you need
The car cam.
The car cam. There we go.
Mary, will you buckle in that back seat
I think
too?
Daniel didn't have a.
Oh, okay.
Let's do it.
If it's easy. Rowan, you gotta figure out when you're gonna come out so we can do this again.
Okay. Well, yeah. If I can expect this kind of welcome, this is
Yeah,
amazing.
you mean like 30 minutes late, but we all show up?
Yeah.
Right.
There's one more seat in the car.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's got a booster seat though, so I don't.
That's right. Yeah. One thing you don't know about me is that I'm actually pretty short, so a booster seat sounds good.
Yeah, isn't that funny when you first meet somebody from Zoom and it's
Yeah.
like,
I thought you were taller. Yeah.
yeah.
Had it my whole
How
life.
are you in centimeters?
Me in centimeters? I don't know in centimeters. I'm 5'7 3/4 in inches and feet.
I have no idea how to compare
You
it.
can definitely round that up to 5'8".
Well, yeah, sure, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, Rowan, do we want to talk about the strategy doc or?
I only just opened it, so I don't know if I'm kind of ready, but I'll get a summary if you want to do that.
I mean, one option is to screen share and let's see.
Okay, I can do that.
And you and Mary read it.
Okay.
Because I think Jonathan and Daniel and Lucas have read it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I may have to quit and reopen to share this screen, but let me try that.
I was the only one.
Uh-oh.
But Rowan has access to the same.
Dan's got all his equipment ready to go.
Excuse me,
Mic me
sir.
up. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I'm back.
Mary, do you have it? You have it on your phone.
I'm trying to find. I'm downloading or updating Discord so I can get into that.
You know, it's Lucas. You could text it to Mary because I just texted it to Rowan.
was I supposed to land?
You know, like 115, 145, something like that. You know, the problem is my plow's down.
I don't think that's Steel's time zone.
Yeah, I don't know where I got the idea from, or East Coast. But my plow's down, so normally in the morning it would tell me, pick up Daniel. That's your most important thing to do today.
But what happens? Do I need to call you twice for you to receive the call?
Yeah, I was just like running around working on the house. I didn't have my phone with me. I was like getting the house ready for y'all. So it wasn't really.
We got gift baskets though, Daniel. It's gonna
We
be
do
worth
have
it.
gift baskets.
Can't wait to see what's in.
Yeah.
Meredith, when did you?
Get back.
Yeah. Today.
Yeah, today. Yeah. So still a little jet lagged. It was good. It was a really fun time. Like
You went from Switzerland to France.
Yep.
And stayed there.
yeah, for 2 weeks, and back here
Where's Jake? Why?
in the car too.
Yeah.
He's working. Yeah, no, it was a great trip. It was really nice. Nice to get away. Nice to be in Paris. Good food, lots of walking. Fun time. Yeah.
What did what's exciting there?
Most exciting thing. I feel like that's really hard because I feel like it's just like a lot of like fun little moments. So we tried to. This was like a total flop. We like tried to go to the Alpe d'Huez to watch a stage of the Tour de France. But that stage, essentially, you like get to this little village at the base of the mountain, and there's one road up the mountain, and that's the road they bike on, and there's a bunch of like really high like switchbacks. But that road closes the day before at 10 p.m. Because of the race, and our like bus, what was supposed to be like a 40-minute bus ride to get to the base of the mountain to then like get our connection to the top, took 4.5 hours because of all the traffic. And I think a lot of people were biking it, and there was just different accidents and things. And so we missed the connection bus to the top, and we got in at 10:20, and so the mountain was closed to like traffic. And so everyone was getting routed up the back side of the mountain, and like there's literally just like bumpers like up the back of the mountain. And so we just aborted and like got an Uber back to like the city where our train was. Because we're like, all right, our options are like walk 3 hours in the dark up a steep mountain
with your bags.
with our bags in the dark, like in like dying batteries, no flashlights, or sleep at this outdoor train station kind of shelter where there's already one guy that's questionably maybe homeless sleeping, or like just abort. So that was sad. We kind of aborted that, but then we did watch the final stage in Paris, so that was fun. What else? The highlight. There's a lot of good highlights. I don't know. Fun thing there.
Michelin star restaurant.
Yeah, we went to a Michelin star restaurant. Just one. Just one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been to more than 1 star.
Yeah, you.
Are there?
Are there? I mean, I'm sure there
out
are.
here?
But, Michelin star restaurant. Did maybe only.
Daniel, do you think Rowan is having trouble?
I can tell you no on here one spot. There's some point.
Not sure.
Yeah, can you get onto mine?
How do I do that? Do I have to share it or? You have access to it, like from memory?
It's discoverable.
Sims.
Yeah.
Yay, thank you. Cool. I'm back.
Nice.
All right. Q3 investor update is on the screen.
Great. So I think it's worth, Mary, are you able to read it in the car? Is that,
Yeah.
you're okay with that? Does anybody want Blue Bottle? Daniel, you're good. Lucas, you're good.
Let's do it.
Did you fly all night?
It was this many this time.
Nice.
16? What'd you say?
Yeah.
Wow. I like 8:30.
Mary, you want?
Despite all the AI, most teams are still not building the most shift one best.
I'll do the same thing, but with full milk.
With home.
Full
For
milk
my-
just saying.
Yeah. Nice Americano. You know it's not sweet, right? Okay.
Look at that.
See, I think. Navigate the actually when I go
Blue
there.
Bottle. Screen now. I'll pull it up.
Oh, you want to turn to here.
Turn left on 28.
One Nola
This-
regular, or one Nola whole milk, 2 iced Americano.
Thank you.
Great.
Is it Mercury Business? Is that the
Let me see. We don't put it on.
yeah, corpse?
Yeah, left, yeah.
Had it just
I know.
What do you
They should delete them, I think.
I know.
Okay.
Right then left on Delaware.
Well, I got it. Yeah. No.
Would you like me to read this, Sam? Since you guys are enjoying your coffee.
I don't think you need to read it out loud, but
Okay.
I think once it's read, once both you and Mary have read it, then we
Okay.
can discuss it as a team.
Okay. I'm on T4.
Okay, I'm gonna get coffee. Let's start. So, Jonathan and Daniel and Lucas, we're gonna kind of repeat the exercise. So, thanks for being patient here for Mary and Rowan. But let's start by just aligning on any questions about like the document, like anything that was confusing. Does that make sense? So less on what we should do or what are, there's two options there, what we think about the two options, and more like, do you disagree? Is anything just like missing or factually unclear, inaccurate? Does that sound good? Okay, I'm gonna get the coffee already.
Yeah.
So, Jonathan, Daniel, and Plukas, you're responsible for answering Rowan and Mary's questions.
Okay.
Well, okay. I mean, this doesn't seem like a million miles from what we've been talking about. Oh, can you hear me?
Someone talking?
Yeah, I can't.
We're gonna have to leave.
Okay. Okay.
Say something, Rowan?
Yes. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing investor update, Q3,
I think we
introduction.
don't do speakers, or if you
Sounds good,
prefer
sounds
to
good.
book a-
I'm talking until I'm told not to. I'm talking and talking until I'm told not to. I'm talking. This is a test. This is a test. This is a test. I'm coming through. I'm coming through in a test. Yes, I am. Hello. To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether it is. What is it?
Rolling.
Yes.
We can hear you.
Okay.
All right. Can you hear?
Okay.
Plukas?
Oh, hello. This is a
Yes.
test.
We all need like a call sign, a call line.
Okay, you got questions? Is anything unclear in the document?
I mean, tell me if I'm off here, but this seems to be, I mean, I'm not seeing something that's not really being what we've been kind of aiming at for the last few weeks. Is there something in here that I'm missing that is novel?
I wouldn't
Well,
say
I think-
novel. Sorry, go ahead, Jonathan.
No, you can go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't think it's novel. I think it's just kind of like it's trying to help guide us for like where we want to go next, and so kind of like outlining the learnings, outlining what we're good at, and then the bottom
Yes.
is kind of like setting up these two options. Like there's kind of like two paths forward that we could do. So that's kind of my understanding of the framing.
Yes. Okay. The thing that okay, option 1 and option 2. Okay, I see. Strategic priority, build what our community wants. Strategic priority, build Plow, the privacy first sidekick to Codex and Claude. Okay, and so the idea is that we want to at some point commit to one of these options as a focus. Like it would be too resource intensive to explore both in parallel.
I'm guessing pursuing both would just be a distraction from one. You know, like such limited time and resources at the moment that we'd like need to double down on one thing.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that stands out to me, which I thought was pretty cool, was where it says it's not another phone that's the iPhone killer; it's a phone number. That's kind of a cool way of looking at how, you know, the entry point for technology is no longer like a piece of hardware that you own, but rather a second brain that you can communicate with as easily as you can, you know, a text message.
Yeah.
Or an iMessage.
Here, you take this. Great work, Sam.
Yep.
Thanks, Lucas.
Oh, don't knock that, bud. Thank you. So essentially option 1 is build the new product hunt, and option 2 is build Plow, like kind of go back to the original Plow thesis and like
iterate on it
and build it. Is that like a good quick summary or high level summary of the two options?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're sort of, I think, we're kind of in a come to Jesus moment. You know, like the thing people are asking about is basically option 1.
Mm-hmm.
Option 2, there's like a rough spec for option 2, but in some ways we're just signing up for wandering in the wilderness and like launching different iterations of that.
Yeah.
we kind of brainstormed one particular iteration that we're exploring, but a lot of ambiguity, and we would want to follow these. So it's hard to predict exactly what option 2 looks like.
Right.
There's some.
Whereas, like,
we could talk, but
building an a kind of rival to Product Hunt has a very kind of tangible kind of goal, right? And I'm sure there's amazing opportunity because it's such a kind of in many ways like it's an old platform, and it's kind of been somewhat taken over by bots, and it kind of doesn't have that kind of new era, sense of like trust and kind of verification built into it in a way that maybe it was historically.
Yeah,
it seems pretty
to be clear,
right.
It's a focused version of Product Hunt. Like we would focus on engineers, tools, which is those are the people signing up for the leaderboard. Those are the people watching Daniel code. Varying levels of expertise, but they're all like that I need for my job. That's what everybody's asking. Like what tools is West using? What so yeah.
And this perfectly complements the AI Worth Using kind of podcast. It feeds into that.
Right. Yeah. In some ways, AI Worth Using becomes the brand.
Right. And maybe we relabel the pivot. The Discord Watch Me Pivot to AI Worth Using.
Right. That's the community. The leaderboard is part of that. Like everybody's part of the AI Worth Using community.
Right. Yeah.
Any other questions? Is everyone comfortable in here? I think we're.
Yeah. I'm comfortable.
I feel like I haven't had enough time to digest it enough to like ask meaningful questions beyond like just high level. But if we get into it, I'm sure that will like illuminate.
Yeah. One of the things I'm really struggling with is like, is the future, are agents the future or are agents toys? Although often the future seems like a toy today. There's an interesting about that. Somebody, I'm trying to remember who wrote that.
What do you mean a toy?
Well, one of our investors,
a novelty.
Yeah, one of our investors said basically agents are like aquariums. OpenClaw is like an aquarium where you're not really producing any value, but you're like caring for this thing and cultivating and growing this thing to show it off to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Who said that? James Chan.
Yeah, but it also comes back to like utility, right? It's like Jobs said about like it's the user experience, right? It's like what do users want? If they have an experience where they have to constantly manage and oversee an agent, then it becomes kind of a frustrating novelty. But if it becomes a silent partner, then that's a different version of agents, right? Right now, all the early adopters are trying to, work out the most capability and the bandwidth. Like they're testing it until they break it, right? But if we can kind of make a kind of make it agents always reach a certain bar and qualify that bar, then it's not necessarily the agents that are the thing that we're selling, it's the utility.
True. And that's almost like the alternative world is one where agents are effectively products for specific jobs to be done. And, you have the legal contract review agent, quote unquote, but it's been, some company has like figured that out for that problem, branded it. It's a brand, it's become a brand people trust. New lawyers are like, oh yeah, you've got to use.
Right. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Nike for athletic wear, or you kind of have a very specific brand that represents some kind of specific level of excellence.
Like, is the future like Curl's company, Matt Curl? What's the name of their company? You remember? It's in Apollo. Apollo is like an AI product for sales reps. Is that the future, or is the future like Microsoft Word, where it's a tool everybody uses for different purposes? Like, betting on Hermes and OpenClaw is a bet on like the Microsoft Word future. There's an alternative where we try to identify one niche and build a great product for that niche, which is more of the Apollo feature.
What is the Apollo product again?
Apollo is like an AI tool for sales reps. I don't know exactly what it does. I think it does lead gen.
Kind of seems to me that like the future would be like the Word, a generic thing, but like it seems like a really hard place to start right now.
Right.
Because everyone who downloads OpenClaw is like, this is cool, but what do I do with it?
Well, really, the more we've seen from ChatGPT and Claude is they're the ones kind of absorbing any interesting like third-party functionality into their app.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, there's so many like health startup agents, and then you just have ChatGPT Health that kind of does it all and probably a bit better. Anyways.
Okay. Everyone kind of understand option 1 versus option 2? Or Rowan and Mary?
What is the name of that company that certifies kitchen stuff?
Repairs. What are you talking about?
The one that Jonathan shared on Thursday.
America's Test Kitchen.
America's Test Kitchen.
That's like option 1. If you're familiar. Rowan, are you familiar with America's Test Kitchen?
No. Look that up right now.
Jonathan had a good explanation of it. I thought I was familiar with it until Jonathan explained it.
What is it,
Yeah.
Jonathan?
Well, I mean, they're basically, I would say, an information source. They have a YouTube channel, which is probably the best entryway into them. But they have like a whole fleet of testers that will take kitchen equipment and use it in all these different ways and kind of figure out for everyone what are the properties of either kitchen equipment or ingredients. Just like put it through all the paces. So if it's a knife, how does it cut on what types of chopping boards? What are the most popular chopping boards? Like, how does it rock? What's the weighting like? All these different things. And then they kind of boil down with actual testers, like what their recommendation is. So it's like the most trusted source for kind of anything kitchen related, including recipes and things like that. But I think that gadgets are maybe a little bit more representative. I sent some links out a few days ago in Discord if you want to look.
There's a little bit of what Daniel has been doing with Product Hunt, right? Is kind of stress testing some of the the ones that kind of piqued his interest.
Yeah.
It creates great content.
Wire option one, the New York Times Wirecutter.
What is the Wirecutter?
It's like just product reviews. One risk with option one is like all this data is gonna get assimilated into language models, and so like media businesses are going to be very hard in the future. The content won't be evergreen. Like maybe you review a knife or a engineering, and that's like a review and that information for 3 months, but then it's absorbed into the language model, and then the language model just basically becomes the best source for it.
Well, and just the tools are going to come out at such a rapid speed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does everyone remember their preference, option one versus option two, or everyone who from Friday?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think Rowan and Mary, the question for you all is, which would you choose? Maybe if you kind of come up with that answer, and then
Can we like, so maybe now I have questions. It feels like, okay, we just called out like the biggest kind of risks with option one of like the defensibility or like long-term landscape of like media companies and like it getting absorbed by language models and just like the speed at which new technologies are coming out. Like it's gonna be hard to keep up and keep relevant with that. I think in option two world, like is the biggest risk that like Anthropic, OpenAI just like develop these within their own ecosystems, or like Apple develops it. Like I don't like. Have you thought about?
yeah,
Have like what?
I think, yeah. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, that.
What the risk is?
Yeah, what's that risk?
I think the most outcome for option two is we continue to experience what we've experienced so far, which is like the time we've built and checked, like there are so many competitors for that product, and the space is so crowded that our target audience is just like tired of it.
Yeah.
And it's not, even though there might be some element of it that's interesting and novel, it's not. And so it's not interesting enough to get people to like download and try it. And so it's almost just like a failure to launch.
Okay.
For whatever manifestation of option two we build. So that's a very likely outcome. Another possible outcome is take one on option two, which I think is pretty interesting, and is that we're building the APIs for the Mac that Apple's not going to build. And I think there are actually a lot of interesting APIs there that we could build that could make your experience with language models a lot better. But yeah, there's a risk Apple actually builds those, so that's another risk. But I think the more likely risk is somebody else builds them. And I did some research over the weekend, and there are like a lot of similar products. In some to option two. In some ways, we're sort of betting on like the iPhone strategy. We're going to be first, but this is going to be the best.
Right.
You know, even though they're competing products, like nobody is really nailed. I do believe there's a version of option 2 where it won't get assimilated into Claude and OpenAI, which is like if we become your storage, your vault for your life with all of your personal data, with your passwords, we're like the trusted thing that's secure, that agents can access, but access in a way that has boundaries that you trust. Like you're never going to want to give that over to OpenAI.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's the version of option 2 that I'm most excited about, as like long-term durable. I think what I don't know if we were to build that is like the virality, or like how do we drive adoption in discovery, because there's
I feel like it's a stance against, you know, the kind of the overly zealous, you know, LLMs that are collecting your information, you know, and your queries, and it kind of is a response to that creeping and infringement.
Yeah, you're saying I want to control that. I want all of that in one place. I don't want that distributed to all these LLMs I don't understand. Oh, okay. Is your arm getting tired?
There's still a lot of people that are unwilling to use LLMs in a way that, you know, would that we do, as like lots of people who are like celebrities or people in the public.
Right, it's a common objection. I mean, yeah, or even among you and like the common person, like there's like resistance to using LLMs for more sensitive stuff. Sensitive being like access to your calendar. It doesn't have to be like super.
Right. Right.
Okay. So Mary and Rowan, you have to decide
the future of the company.
The future of the company.
Oh, okay. We're asking a jet lagged, recovering from a cold.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. All are.
All right. Yeah.
I really like this idea of creating a kind of a kind of safe sandbox that protects you from just the ever increasing, you know, requirement on you to share personal data to optimize the experience with an LLM, right?
Okay, all right, but before you go for it, you have to mentally decide like what's your reaction. And Mary, do you need a minute, or do you have?
No, I have.
Because I don't want you two influencing each other.
No, I have.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I've had mine.
Everyone else has theirs. Okay. Okay. All right, Rowan. Okay, is that your? Yeah. What is that? Is that your vote?
I think that option 2 variation is really interesting and seems to solve a common complaint from what I would call like high net worth individuals. But then, you know, even like from a broad perspective, I think that there's a need for that too. So yeah, I think that's an opportunity worth exploring.
Mary, what's your vote?
I am very much, I mean, you know, I've been a plow supporter since the beginning. I feel like it's funny, I was like trying to pick out like 2 of the 6 elements of option 2 I read most with and thought would be most interesting. But I'm like, wait, these are all like cool, but I think that like there's a big gap right now in the second brain and like memory aspect of using agents, as well as like I don't know, like that ability to just like text it and have access to your Mac. Like I can't even like pick 2 of these, although I guess it's a 5 because 2 is missing. But yeah, I think option 2 is sounds more interesting to me.
Okay, I got another doc for you all to read. Sorry.
What was the Friday consensus? Or did we not get to know?
Yeah.
that?
Okay. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. Do the three of you want to? Lucas, Jonathan, and Daniel.
Sure. What decisions?
What's your vote?
Daniel, you should go first.
You're right. So I think on Thursday, Sam asked us for a text explaining why or what we need to change.
Oh yeah, we haven't gotten to that yet. But what was your preference?
My preference is option 1.
And explain.
Yeah, the explanation is it's what I was talking about. So I'm not saying that option 2 is that, but it could be. Option 2 could be we're building Osiris, for example.
Right.
Osiris already have 100K downloads, 700 members on their Discord, 40 GitHub contributors, and they're working on that idea for a year. And if we decide to lock into an idea similar to Osiris, we could invest the next 6 months, a year, to then do a launch and then see what is our result. I'm calling this result the harvest moment. So our harvest would happen between 6 months and a year from now after we lock in the idea. And one example of the harvest could be a product hunt launch, a Instagram launch, YouTube launch, whatever launch we do to see if people resonate with our idea or not. And that was a year. And another thing we could do, and that's why I like option 1, is we could spend a week interviewing Osiris founders, Osiris users, try to launch Osiris to our community and see if that resonates. And then the harvest moment of figuring out if that resonates with users would be a week worth of work to see if that is actually good or not, if we can succeed with one idea like that. And if we get more signal, well, we have more data to decide. If we don't like, we could invest the next week to do another harvest.
Your argument is do option 1 to find the most interesting, or like to use that as a signal for what users truly want and then build that.
Yeah. Versus locking without having the information, or locking without having the base. So if we had, like, if each of us had like 1 million followers on YouTube watching our videos, and whenever we launch, this thing would succeed because we do have the community to launch our stuff. And so what happened is we spent the last week doing the launch week, and we were not able to get like top 1 or top 3 on Product Hunt, or get users using our thing, and that's because we didn't figure out the distribution yet. If we figure out the distribution, then we could build whatever we want because we have the community and the data. So that's that's my
Good points. Jonathan?
Yeah, I mean, I think if we go back to, I'll reiterate how I answered when we had this discussion, but I think I was leaning a little bit towards option 1, primarily because that also satisfies my curiosity that I think there's a lot of questions on what is the best tooling, what's the best path forward. That's something we need to know. I'm unclear if it's necessarily the right business, but I think there's a very specific need for it, and I feel following needs is good. Option 2 is definitely a little bit more of a product and clear, but I think there's a lot of questions behind, will other people hook it up? But the good thing is we built a lot on option 2. We can leverage that. But yeah, I think I still lean in some ways towards option 1 on, and I do agree with Daniel's points that it can also help figure out what option 2 really becomes later.
Lucas?
Yeah, I voted for option 2. I'm not against like what Daniel's saying to use option 1 to like try to find an option 2, but I just think that like the scale of option 2 is a lot more exciting than that of option 1. And it feels like there's definitely something in option 2 that will become like really big, I think, and we just need to keep trying on figuring out what the right product is, but the instinct is right for option 2.
Okay, I think the next thing I want to finish in like 10 minutes. I realize we're using a lot of time here. Thank you, everybody. This is really important. But maybe Rowan and Mary, you can read the next doc, which is sort of an iteration of the product definition of option 2. I was just seeing if there's error for a minute.
What if like version of this is like, you know, the fact extractor that we built. I was like,
I've spent since this document
like
trying to figure out who's built something close to that and testing different things.
Like both like the fact extractor and the semantic search that we like put into like our agentic like prompt injection. All my agents. I want number the to think of
ideally.
So you were project 1 work.
Yeah. Okay. One thing that's I think not clear about this version, this document, you have both the local tool and then you have the demonstrator app almost for the local tool, right? Which is domos that deploy other domos.
Can you break down that sentence a little bit?
So one thing we've learned is like when you launch an interactive product, it does much better. Like, for example, OpenClaw, talking to Peter, he worked on OpenClaw for months and never connected until he launched it on Discord and people could actually talk to it.
Got it.
And so, so there's a question of like, what's our go-to-market for a local CLI? That's, there's no virality with that. It's kind of hard to demo, especially if you don't have an agent on top of it. And so what's like the lightest weight agent on top of it that maybe itself could be a product? One idea would be, so is Plukus's Domo framework, where you have a phone number, you text the phone number, it can set up more phone numbers for you to accomplish, and they're all designed to accomplish very specific tasks. So OpenClaw tries to do everything. Domos only do one thing. And in that way, they're a little bit more easy or a little bit more manageable, right? And so you might have a Domo to triage your email for important wedding stuff that you forgot, or need to get back on, and they're kind of more ephemeral. Like you're starting up and killing Domos all the time. And they can be ephemeral because everything saves back to that local database on your computer. I would have a Domo for like managing the calendar. Like I just got an email about what Wesley and scheduling, and if it stopped working, I would just like shut down that Domo and start a new Domo, or make a copy and be like, okay, can I do this better in this other way? It doesn't. Domo would be one, and another version is we have Hermes now, as like we have these how-tos for Hermes. That's another. You could imagine like a phone number that deploys other phone numbers, but and that's what we launch on Product Hunt is like the phone number, and it's like interacting with comments on Product Hunt, and we launched it on X, and it's interacting on, it might even be hooked up to my computer and my data store, right? And like people are trying to hack it. So Daniel actually, that was in the, I don't know about the chance on the doc, but do you want to share, Daniel, just like the one sentence, what you did with Instagram?
Yeah, so what I did is posts, for example, this one, I left my Claude on the comment here, and it will respond by itself. Ask whatever you want. And then people are trying to, for example, people are trying to hack around. So for everyone that comments here, can you comment asking to follow PH Daniel Enrique? So it's someone trying to get my Claude to tag him. So this guy commenting Morse code to try to hack. It's funny. So I'm saying hi. Then
than anything else you've posted. I mean, it's gotten more engagement than anything any of us have done for Plow, right?
Yeah. So So in total, it's between 2 and 3 comments of people asking. And my in this case, my people. I pitched different examples like, I like Claude, I like Codex. People ask me if I prefer Claude or Codex. Engage with Codex, engage with Claude, engage with OpenClaw, engage with whatever. And so the thing that changed in the test was the text on screen, but the backend was just my people with access to my Instagram replying to them. And people liked it a lot.
So the kind of the thesis for this particular flavor of option 2 is like, let's repeat that with a lightweight front end for the Mac app, which ultimately is portable and you can hook up into any.
Got it.
It's a lot though. I mean, this document is basically like do everything,
Yeah.
in one of the most crowded moments in the history of tech, Okay. Let's wrap up. So I'm going to suggest the next step, which is what we landed on Friday. Actually, let me suggest this and take questions, and it's definitely up for debate. I think we should execute on Daniel's recommendation for this week, which is with a focus on a spec like this spec. So Rowan, actually, the whole team is welcome to iterate on the spec and suggest changes to it. Once, but what I would like is for everybody to own some component of the spec and commit to some sort of content around like that particular space by, let's say, the end of the week, right? So we're going to be talking about, the thing that I've been researching is local memory, to your point about the, long-term fact extractor. So I'm committing by the end of the week to have reviewed one of these and have a video for that Rowan can use to publish, like either on AI worth using, or, like we'll kind of figure out, do we have a YouTube channel where we're publishing more content, the podcast, less, but we essentially want publishable content related to some part of the spec by the end of the week.
Got it. This particular spec here, this design sprint, somewhere in here.
Yep.
I think I'm a little confused.
Try to find somebody who's already doing something in here.
Okay.
Set it up and be like, like, hey audience, I have this problem in my life. I want something on my computer that knows me really well, but I want it to be private. I think agents can be better if with that. And, there are 3 great tools. Of these 3, I recommend this one for this reason. And here's an example of how you can set it up and use it.
So is the ask here to build something this week?
You might like stitch some open source tools together, but that is not the core ask. It's to like Rowan, you would find the part of this that you're most excited about. Try to find the tool that does that today, and maybe you have some prompting around that, or like I'd be glad to help make that tool work for your use case, and you create a video of that tool. So what we want to avoid is basically is what Daniel's talking about. Like, like Daniel found Osiris, right? Kind of similar to what we want to do. Like,
how are you spelling that, by the way? Because I did want to have a look at that.
OSAOS.ai, I believe is how it's spelled. And if we're gonna bet the company on some spec, like we need to do it knowing what's in the space today. Sound good? Yep. Let's take an hour, let's say until noon. Feel free to suggest iterations of that spec.
Where did you share the spec link?
I texted them. I'll share it in Discord. Bonus points if you talk to people who are using these other tools and interview them. That would be amazing. Mm-hmm. All right, any questions about that? We'll resume normal stand-ups tomorrow.
Okay.
Does this count as a pivot? Or...
I think we're in the middle of a pivot. Yeah. Days since pivot. The clock has reset, I think.
It's resetting.
Yeah.
How was the last couple?
Answering the same question.
Yeah.
That implies a certain alignment, right?
This back. Yeah, I can need this, or I didn't know if we're wrapping up, but we should disconnect.
Yeah. Let's wrap up. Any last anything anyone wants to share?
Welcome to your first day, Rowan.
Thanks, guys. I did actually. I will say I did complete my first mini series. I'm calling it The Wobble. It's 5 episodes between 3 and 5 minutes, and it documents the drama that unfolded when we realized that Sam was coming back and we hadn't had a very fruitful 2 weeks. And it's a terrifying. I can't. Jonathan, are they cutting out for you?
Yeah. We can't hear you. You're breaking up.
Yeah, unfortunately, you guys are breaking up.
Okay, this is an important thing. So I'm on my phone. I think it's better now. I have 2 bars of 5G.
Yeah, it's fine. What?
Okay.
Okay. What did we miss?
So, yeah, Rowan, I do want to welcome you. Really, I think you compliment us in such a interesting way. That's very exciting for me. I've mentioned that before, and I want to I spent a lot of this weekend thinking about the situation we're in, and I would just want to say one thing, which is so we have 3 months of burn right now. I'm going to name that, and in some ways we're playing chicken because I'm not really hitting investors hard because I want an aligned story before I do that, and I don't know what's going to happen, right? When I go to the market and raise money, and that's definitely, I've spent a lot of time thinking about that uncertainty, and the thing that I'll say that I do know is everyone, I'm just so grateful to be working with everyone here and to be going out onto the baseball field with you all and to have an opportunity to take a crack at the ball. And we may lose this game, we may win this game. This game might be 9 innings, it might be 12 innings. I can't promise answers to those questions. I can promise authenticity and that you all won't be surprised, but I can't I'm not going to get up here and tell you all, that something's going to be the way that it is unless I'm really confident about that. And I think I owe you all that honesty. But I can tell you, there's nothing else I would rather be doing. I've worked in big tech. I've worked with a lot of different kinds of people, and being out here on this pitch with you all, wrestling with these problems, it's just a privilege for me. I'm going to get emotional. Yeah, I think everyone's heart is in the right place, and I'll always remember this as an opportunity to work with really good people that are willing to take a risk and bet on what this team can produce. So yeah, thank you for sitting in this uncertainty.
Yeah, and I'll just say, I mean, I see so much potential in this opportunity that I left my old work that I felt was not really headed somewhere exciting. But you guys are kind of looking for the wave, and we're gonna catch that wave, guys. We're gonna find it and we're gonna catch it. And I'm gonna continue to mix metaphors because I do that. But yeah, I'm excited. And by the way, I just committed to a lease on a place, and I put in my own soundproofing, okay, to match the aesthetic.
The matching background.
Yeah. So I don't want to take this down, okay?
Yeah. All right, Rowan.
Somehow yours looks better than ours.
I think it's actually like on the wall, like like all straight. Okay.
Good.
All right, son.
All right.
Y'all. We'll see y'all in a few minutes. We're gonna go back.
All right, sounds good. Bye.
Take care. Bye.